I love affirmations. I talk about them, I rave about them, I even recommend them. But a big concern that many people talk to me about is affirmations not actually working. If you can relate to the idea of saying affirmations every single day, even looking in the mirror, maybe doing your superwoman pose, doing all the things, but feeling like your affirmations aren't getting you any closer to the high vibe place you want to be in or any closer to the goal that you desire to have for yourself, then watch this video because I'm going to teach you a strategy that I use to get your affirmations to work in your favor. The reality is affirmations are extremely powerful statements that you use when you want to get super high vibe, when you really want to embody who it is that you desire to be. But the trick with affirmations is they speak to your subconscious mind the more you're saying things. And when you're trying to use affirmations that seem really counterproductive or really counterintuitive or total opposite from what it is that you see, your brain naturally is going to combat it. Your brain is naturally going to fight against it. This is why it's so important to use what I call the ladder of affirmations. Simply put, the way the ladder of affirmations works is you start off with a small affirmation in the direction that you would like to go, and then you move it to an even medium one, and then a larger one, and then your final affirmation. You're basically taking that big affirmation that you have and desire for yourself and breaking it into bite-sized chunks so that your brain actually adopts it and believes that it's possible for you. So let me give you a very tangible, a very real example. So let's say, for example, you're affirming that you made $1 million in your business this year. Okay, you're like, I know that I made $1 million in my business. Well, if you've never even made $100 in your business, how is your brain supposed to adopt the belief that you're actually going to be a millionaire at the end of this year because of your business? Instead of affirming yourself every single day consistently in the mirror and feeling defeated when you don't accomplish that $1 million goal, why not start with something just a little step behind that, right? I make $10K a month every single month in business, or I make $20K a month in business, or I make $100K this year, and build your way up to that $1 million mark. The reason that saying that I'm a millionaire this year in my business won't work is because you quickly get defeated. First off, your brain immediately says, that's not true. You haven't made any money. What do I have to prove it? Whereas if you kind of move that goal back a little bit and you're like, oh, I made $10K a month in business, your brain is going to start seeking ways that you can bring this into fruition. Your subconscious mind works much like a robot, meaning that when you set an intention, when you state that there's something that you want, your subconscious mind is going to look for a way to bring it to fruition. Your subconscious mind is going to go to task for you to make this feasible, to make this possible. Bigger affirmations can sometimes make it really difficult, and then you battle with those limiting beliefs that remind you that you're not as close to that goal and that desire that you want to be. When I was writing my very first book, I said an affirmation every single day regarding writing. I didn't say that I was a best-selling author right away, but I started, off really small. I would say, I, Dr. Nicolia, am writing consistently, because that was my initial affirmation. That was the thing that I really wanted to step into. And then I would say, I, Dr. Nicolia, write easily, effortlessly. Then it was, I, Dr. Nicolia, have powerful and life-changing writing. Then it was like the closer I got, oh, I, Dr. Nicolia, am an author. Then the closer I got to that, I, Dr. Nicolia, am a best-selling author. Long story short, I became a best-selling author a couple times over. And so because I did not put this pressure or this weight on myself to be perfect with affirmations, but allowed myself to take one step up the ladder and then the next step and the next step, my mind allowed me to align with where it was that I desired to be. This is why the ladder for affirmations is so powerful. I use this in my own personal life. I use this in the life of my daughters. I use this in the life of my clients. And sometimes it can be difficult to even start figuring out where to begin. The best thing I can say is when you're creating an affirmation, look for a way to validate that. Give you a very good example of that. This morning, I told my daughter, today's going to be a great day. And so she said, I'm going to have a great day. She affirmed that. But she didn't have such a great day because we had waffles, we were out of syrup, she was in a bad mood. But I asked her, What else went great this morning? So she looked for a way to validate it, and she was reminded that she had practiced a math practice test and did really, really well on it right before breakfast. So she felt extremely validated knowing that there was something to look forward to. So we also need to look for reasons to validate that our affirmation can come true. So if your affirmation is you're making 10K in your business, validate that when you find 1 penny on the floor or when you make a sale of $27, knowing that every small step leads to greater and massive results. The reality is affirmations work. I would not be such a big advocate, or I would not be making a video if they did not. So instead of being so quick to throw in the towel, call it quits, or giving up, I'm going to challenge you to join me. I want you to take an affirmation that you'd like to manifest, that you'd like to bring into fruition, and I want you to create your own ladder affirmation system around that. And what you're going to find is what you're affirming is a lot closer than what you've allowed yourself to believe before. Let's make this an amazing day, guys.